All right, what's going on? All right, so I'm doing a video on the Sabbath. Today is 7 January. Top of the day to you. Peace and blessings. All my people back home in the 757. You know, I wish y'all peace and blessings as well. But what's going on back there? All right, I happen to grow up in this area. The town that I'm about to tell you, Newport News, is just like right next door to the small town that I'm from, Hampton, Virginia. And I've lived in Newport News for a while. Before I got in active duty, and I left 26 years ago. I left that area, and now I currently reside in Las Vegas. We have an incident of a teacher at an elementary school called Rich Neck. She's in her 30s, and they did not identify her. This is the news, as well as the Newport News police did not identify her because, they protect her identity. But anyway, she was shot by a 6-year-old kid. Okay, so, and that's what happened. And it's just my understanding that police was racing over there to that school, uh, and the school was secured. The teacher is in critical condition, and I'm just thinking, what's going on now in that area where that school is? It's not kosher. I'm not going to say that it's like high crime, but it's not a very kosher area. And in that area is, when I, far back as I can remember, all right, it's for a lot of low income people. It's a mixture of low to mid income people. There's a lot of military that lives in that area as well. Okay, maybe some even retired. The military, because they have Fort Eustis, is like right down the road. Okay, maybe 5-10 minutes away. Okay, but they got a couple of those areas that are, I'll just say again, they're not necessarily appealing. I'll say like that. Okay. Um, it seems like things ain't changed, but a lot of the similar stuff went on back then. But I just didn't hear of nobody 6 years old shooting a teacher. When I was going to school, yes, we did have a couple of fights that broke out. Okay. And a guy brought a gun to school. Okay. I mean, you had incidents like that, but to go through this extreme. And the bad thing about it is, it was just a shooting out there, about a month and a half ago, out there in Chesapeake, Virginia, 20 minutes away. All right, something like that, at a Walmart, and people still trying to process that. But these kids now, it's not going to even matter if it's an underprivileged kid or even a kid that's used to even having his own way. All right, but it's getting to where even children don't like having boundaries set for them. Okay, and I tell you, and I'm not trying to say the teachers, but let me say this: how did that child end up getting a firearm anyway? All right, so that child had to get a firearm from a parent, whether it was inadvertent or on purpose, one of the two. Okay, so that parent should be charged or should be held accountable. All right, because I think that they should not leave guns in the house anyway unsecured. All right, but that's the question. That, and two, I'm gonna be honest with you. I think a lot of these teachers are too nice to these at times to these children, try to be their doggone buddies. Okay, you even get to where, like in, say, high school, the young boys doggone be having affairs, and then the men too, with some of these students. All right, so it got to that point because they're trying to be their buddies. All right, then you get some, all right, that maybe instigate things like little salt boxing matches and that type of stuff. Okay, and with these kids, should be in school to be accounted for. Number one, that they should learn. Okay, it's a place of learning, but now that we're getting in the cusp of these, what they call end times, there's scriptures in Timothy, for example, Second Timothy, and I've said this before about women. I'm sorry, children not respecting their elders because number one, it starts at home. The parents are not instilling it, and then the teachers are not instilling it. Like how can I say, as a continuation of it. All right, and these children are not punching bags either. All right, so yes, children should honor their mother, their father, and elders, but you don't provoke a child as well. All right, as said in the scriptures. I had to learn that myself as I became more and more of a seasoned father of three myself, of two teenagers and a grown son, to be able to find other ways to be able to talk to, mold, and shape my children, into where they, need to be. And it's not easy. But I just say this, all right? The children are our investment, and we have to be doing the right thing, okay? And be concerned about the best interests of our children other than our own, and I don't know, our own interests and so forth, okay? The flesh. And there's more to it than just providing, even if you can, providing just child support and all that, okay? If you can, then to try to be there in their lives or whatever, or try to teach or influence. All right, that's what they need to. They need to be taught and they need to be led. And I'm saying that to many of the fathers, okay? And because I don't want to just pick on the mothers. And mothers, y'all are doing a very good job. If you find yourself in this sitting, watching this video, all right, just keep up the good work. Fathers, all right, if you can, try to make a presence if you can. And I do see more dads doing that. Now, let me know what you think about the video there, okay? Man, we don't be careful. Got to be careful here. I'll just say, all right, you don't want things like this to go out, to run wild with instances like this.